scripted and definitely will offend your precious feelings. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. It's Friday! Good morning, everybody out there. Keely Chow, Roll Tide, my friend, Roll Tide, Chris Persia, and Mark the Infinitely Tired, the Bash Brother Wrenches are here. Good morning, gentlemen. Magitech Mags. Good morning, Mags. How are you doing? Brandon, Looney Tunes Fan 2000. Good morning. Good morning, Sort of Boobus Cuber, my favorite polar bear in YouTube is here. Good morning, Daryl the Derelict. Keep rocking, my friend. Daryl the Derelict over at the back tube is kicking ass and taking names. Good morning, guys. The lady, Arwen Avalon. Good morning. She says, hey, y'all, it's Friday. Throw some Twinkies at Arwen. Sausages and Twinkies. Throw them. Just throw them at him. It'll be all right. Gun Buddy! Good morning, Gun Buddy. Speaker for the dead. How are you doing, my friend? Good morning. Psychodorf 9! Good morning. I can do it again. Did you hear that, Dave Bob? I can do it again.
Well, wonders never cease.
That's right. Ruben Christopher Haynes. Good morning. He says, Skull! Good morning, Ruben. How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning, everybody out there. Project Storytime. Good morning. The Wrenches of Ragnarok are all here. Good morning. Good morning, Andrew Northman. Good morning, Andrew. How are you doing? DJ Ronnie G. Nearsighted Cyclops. Ryan Roger Athe. Guys, I'm going to have Ryan on next Wednesday for my YouTube talk. So I cannot wait for that. It's going to be a treat to get to talk to him. He's been doing so many great videos lately, shouting out so many different creators, rising stars in YouTube. I can't say it like he can, but absolutely excellent videos. I can't sound like him. Not yet. I'm working on it. Got to get the voice right. Tim the Enchanter, good morning. Good morning, guys. So many good mornings going out there. Brandon Looney Tunes Fan 2000 is going to have a premiere tomorrow for Popeye for President. Good deal. Good deal, Brandon. T-shirt historian. How are you doing, my friend? He's Loki. He's sick from work today. Yeah, I was sick Monday and Tuesday and over the weekend. Ugh. We need a Twinkie emoji. I'll work on it, Mark. I'll work on it. I'll work on getting this Twinkie emoji.
And a snossage.
And it's sausages. The sausages taste like sausages. The snozberries taste like snozberries. Dean Krantz, good morning. Showback, TJC. Good morning, guys. Guys, it is so good to see all of you. Pat S. What's up, Pat S? Saj Melody. Man, everybody's coming in here. Thank you guys so very much.
Sliding into the weekend like Willie Mays Hayes.
That's right. And apparently Disney employees are sliding into the company DMs like Willie. They have been an open letter credited Disney employees accuses the company of creating an environment of fear, while also claiming the company is vilifying their own audience. This comes to us from John F. Trent over at Bounding into Comments. The letter begins as employees of the Walt Disney Company, we believe in the dignity of all people. This is why we do what we do. We write stories, we make costumes, we act in parades, we run cruises, we stream movies, we make magic. We do this because our work contributes to a foundation of wonder that inspires joy, awe, and delight in guests and audience of all ages. We are proud employees of the Walt Disney Company. We love our jobs because we get to share the wonder of life and human experience with millions of people worldwide. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The letter then asserts, however, over the last few years, one group of cast members has become invisible within the company. The Walt Disney Company has come to be an increasingly uncomfortable place to work for those of us whose political and religious views are not explicitly progressive. I wonder if this is what Gina Carano was talking about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We watch quietly as our beliefs come under attack from our own employer, and we frequently see those who share our opinions condemned as villains by our own leadership. The company's evolving response to the so-called "don't say hey" legislation in Florida has
God, I
left
hate
many
that.
of us.
I mean, that label that they slapped on there has absolutely nothing to do with what that bill is.
It's true. That is very true. It has left many of us wondering what place we have in a company actively promoting a political agenda so far removed from our own. The Walt Disney Company leadership frequently communicates its commitment to creating an inclusive workplace where cast members feel comfortable sharing their perspectives and being their authentic selves at work. That is not our work experience. Over the last few weeks, we have watched as our leadership has expressed their condemnation for laws and policies we support. We have watched as our colleagues, convinced that no one in the company could possibly disagree with them, grow increasingly aggressive in their demands. They insist that the Walt Disney Company take a strong stance on not only this issue, but other legislation and openly advocate for the punishment of employees who disagree with them. Sounds like we're back in the coof.
Yep.
Except we're not dealing with the coof this time.
They're going to find something that they're going to be able to weaponize no matter what.
And it makes me wonder, is this all about control?
Yes, absolutely. And all I'll say about the author of this petition or whatever is just they're to be commended, bringing something to light that everybody knows, but nobody will say.
Pat Steven Skull with a $2 Canadian super chat says, "Hello, management. There's a rooster on deck."
I say, boy, you don't want to get on my bad side because I don't care how big you are. The bigger you are, the harder you fall.
Oh, thank you so very much, Pat Steven Skull, for that $2 Canadian super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright, and we're going to go old school. We're going to go OG. That's right. We're going to throw you $1, Steven Skull. Oh.
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Love that. Man, that was a great movie.
So this continues. An internal poll within the company went out a few months ago asking us if we felt accepted in the company. Many of us didn't complete it because the nature of the question made us worry that the results of the poll could be used to target us for quietly holding a position that runs against the progressive orthodoxy that Disney seems to promote. The Walt Disney Company has fostered an environment of fear that any employee who does not toe the line will be exposed and dismissed, the employees claim. Much has been made of our internal efforts to reimagine tomorrow, but as much as diversity and inclusion are promoted, the tomorrow being reimagined doesn't seem to have much room for religious or political conservatives within the company. Left-leaning cast members are free to promote their agenda and organize on company time, using company resources. They call their fellow employees bigots and pressure the Walt Disney Company to use corporate influence to further their left-wing legislative goals. Meanwhile, those of us who don't align with this vision keep our heads down and do our work without bringing our personal beliefs into the workplace. We've done this without complaint because we don't want to rock the boat. But the boat is being rocked, and our leadership seems compelled to reward those who are rocking it. Employees who want the Walt Disney Company to make left-wing political statements are encouraged, while those of us who want the company to remain neutral can say only in a whisper out of fear of professional retaliation. The company we love seems to think we don't exist or don't belong here. This politicization of our corporate culture is damaging morale and causing many of us to feel our days with the Walt Disney Company may be numbered. I think they are. Furthermore, as this politicization makes its way into our content and public messaging, our more conservative customers will feel similarly unwanted. You can only preach at or vilify your audience for so long before they decide to spend their money elsewhere. Working for the Walt Disney Company is a dream come true. We believe being part of creating that magic that so many people around the world enjoy. Our storytelling is second to none. It resonates with people from all walks of life across the political spectrum. Our parks are the source of joy and inspiration that Walt hoped they would become. Every year, millions of guests escape an increasingly divided world to a place where they can relive fond memories of the past and savor the challenge and promise of the future. They do this alongside thousands of other guests that might not have anything in common with them, other than a shared love of Disney. The unique brand of family entertainment that Disney is known for is an objective good in this dark world. It brings people together and provides cultural touch points that even the worst enemies can unite over. At the height of the coup lockdown in the summer of 2020, when the country was fiercely divided on a range of issues, Hamilton provided us something to collectively celebrate. At the end of an increasingly contentious election year, the Mandalorian was there to soothe a weary nation with non-political entertainment we could all enjoy no matter who you voted for. When Disney takes sides in political debates, they deprive the world of a shared love we all have in common. The Walt Disney Company is uniquely situated to provide experiences and entertainment that can bridge our national divide and bring us all together. CEO Bob Chapek had the right idea in his original statement that he has since he walked back. In Chapek's own words, as we have seen time and time again, corporate statements do very little to change outcomes or minds. Instead, they are often weaponized by one side or the other to further divide and inflame. Disney is far more important and impactful to the world by avoiding politics than it will ever be by embracing a political agenda. By focusing on entertainment that inspires us with stories of universal appeal, we are doing good in the world. They conclude Disney shouldn't be a vehicle for one demographic's political activism. It's so much bigger and more important than that. More than ever, the world needs things that we can unite around. That's the most valuable role the Walt Disney Company could play in the world at this time. It's a role we played for nearly a century. It would be a shame to throw all of that away in the face of left-wing political pressure. Please don't let Disney become just another thing we are divided over.
That's fire, man. Spot on.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Coach. How are you doing?
Yeah, Disney, if they keep going down the road they're going to get to a point where it tips, and it's not going to tip in their favor.
No, exactly. You're exactly right. And the walkout they had just the other day, I believe it was Bat Steven who mentioned it earlier. They had one person do the walkout.
Yep. And even on the left coast, there were very few. I mean, considering the way the left coast is, I think there was maybe 100, maybe a little over 100 people.
Yep. Sagadorf 9 with $5 super chat says, last I checked, a person's religious beliefs and dating choices weren't supposed to be in the workplace and none of their business.
Damn
Absolutely.
Right.
Brightest Day says, with the desecration of Halo, which I watched yesterday. Yeah. We will get to that. Brightest Day. Just remember to look to the past for your objectively good military sci-fi. Yeah, Miranda Keyes being the daughter of Halsey. Bullshit. Bad Steven Seagal with $2 Canadian super chat. Kentucky Fried Aikido at the ready. Thank you.
I'm not going to go there. He's cruising for getting his eyes pecked out.
Is Dave Bob finger looking? Never mind. Mr. Tickle Shrunk too. Boy, you're getting it today. You are getting it today. Chicken and never mind. From Arwen Avalon. Oh my God, Halo was all over the place. Yes, it was. And not in a good way. Thank you guys so very much for your super chats. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. And speaking of fire, we're going to burn down the village this morning. Skull! That's right. So yeah, I mean, out of all of that, what do you get from that whole letter?
Honestly, it sounds like there is a large majority of the working people at Disney that are getting a little bit tired of being pushed around by a vocal minority.
That's right. And the political ideology of the company that they work for.
Yep. And that's coming directly from the vocal minority.
That's right. As we saw the other day, one walkout in a company that employs tens of thousands of people just in that one area in Orlando. Dave Bob keeps waking me up at 3 in the friggin' morning. He needs to learn to tell time.
Well, I'm still running on normal time. You know, us roosters, we don't do this fall back and spring forward bullshit.
Oh, my God. Everything resets except all of Dave Bob's clocks. That's what you get when you you keep antique clocks in your house. You don't have to change the time because they don't all change for you. Now everything's like auto updated and satellite ready and all that shit to where it just changes for you.
Yeah, it ain't like the old days when everything had to be done by hand.
And Disney is definitely not like the old days.
No, they're not even close.
Go ahead.
I wasn't saying anything. I was just clearing my throat.
Speaking of not like the old days, it appears that Amazon has deleted over 22,000 comments from the Lord of the Rings of Power trailer.
Well, I wonder why.
And it could have been more. The report that I am reading says that there is a screenshot clearly showing 82,000 comments. And over a week later, they had lost over 20,000 comments, which means that at the time it was seen 82,000. They don't know how many more were added before it was brought down to 59,986 responses. Almost all of the responses had a very, very specific message, though. And it all had to do with a paragraph in the book where Frodo says, "The shadow that bred them can only mock. It cannot make. Not real new things of its own. I don't think it gave life to the orcs. It only ruined them and twisted them. And if they are to live at all, they have to live like other living things." Most of the comments that were deleted gave this message: evil is not able to create anything new. It can only distort and destroy what has been invented or made by the forces of good. There are pictures of these comments in many different languages being said over and over and over again. Evil cannot create anything new. They can only corrupt. J.R.R. Tolkien. Evil cannot create anything new. They can only corrupt and ruin what good forces have invented or made. J.R.R. Tolkien. Evil is not able to create anything new. It can only distort and destroy what has been invented or made by the forces of good. J.R.R. Tolkien. This is repeated again and again in 10 different languages. Over and over and over and over again.
Sounds like they may be actually afraid of something there.
And that something was the unifying message from voice after voice after voice. They could not stand against that. They could not stand against that message. There was nothing they could say. They couldn't use their ists, obes, and yahtsees thing again and again and again. Not when they were saying that.
Nope.
They had nothing to grasp onto because it was a comment about the production itself and all the journalists who were trying to attack people because they were saying it.
There's only two things that'll really get people going like that. That is taking something that is beloved as the Tolkien books and polluting them and just prostituting them just for your benefit. And if they keep it up, they're going to find out.
Speaker for the Dead with a $49.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Brian. Seriously, you didn't have to do that, brother. He said, "I have made the choice to completely walk away from any company that engages in woke behavior and to only support people who are fair and honest. I will no longer pay for people who
Hear, hear. Well said.
Perfectly said. Perfectly said, my friend. Thank you so very much. And Brian, because I know you love it, this one's just for you, brother. Skull!
Long live the fighters!
Huge Dune fan, Brian.
Mm.
Huge Dune fan. We had a couple of different discussions about what we were expecting from Dune, and I tell you what, man, that's one of those movies that I'm so glad they made,
Yeah.
and I'm still in awe over it, and I just hope they don't backslide on 2 and make this a God, please do not screw this up.
That first
Because I
part
want to be
was-
able to.
Yeah, the first part, that was one of the highlights I've had in the last few years on any kind of entertainment.
Yes, and I want to be able to watch that again. I want to be able to watch both parts, possibly 3 parts. I wouldn't mind if they made it a damn trilogy. I really wouldn't mind. Ryan Roger Athey. In my life, the left destroys everything it touches, so don't let them touch you or what you love. Damn right.
Yep. The thing about what's going on today is it's not like it, it's not like politics haven't always been politics. It's just that now everything's weaponized, and you're called all kinds of horrible things just because of your political views. I mean, that is not something that should be, done. That's doing nothing but just trying to shame people and into your viewpoint, and that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Magitech Mags with $5 super chat says, with that said, Gina Carano coming to MegaCon in Florida and another con in Texas. Activists will we need to support and hold the line for her.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The reason why I no longer do Star Wars content, Disney content, reviews on this channel is because of that, because of what they did to Gina.
Yep.
I will not change that. I'll talk about the company. I will talk about what is going on with the company. I will not review their shows and promote their content. Period. That's just my choice.
Not just Disney. I mean, you have Paramount and so many others that have gone down that road too.
Paramount CBS is awful and doing the exact same thing. They think they're leading the way for all this too, with Star Trek and all this other shit. So, Halo was, I watched the first episode, and for a little while I was kind of going back and forth. I was like, okay, well, this isn't like that bad yet. I don't know what's going on. And then they slap you in the face. They slap you in the face with it, and you're like, okay. And I do not like it. I do not like it when a production specifically says, we don't care what the story is in the game. We don't care what the story's been in the series is. We're just taking the characters and we're going to make a show out of it. And I'm like, then you don't care about anyone that's kept up with this. You don't give a shit about any of it. Why even put like the HUD in there and have the sound of the shields recharging and all that shit if you don't care about any of that? That's what I don't understand. That's what I really don't get. You want to come out with a statement like that and say, well, we don't care about any of this. We're making our own thing. But you want to use stuff from it and act like, oh, look, we know what we're doing. But you don't, obviously. When you have Miranda Keyes as the daughter of Halsey, Miranda Keyes was not the daughter of Halsey. She was the daughter of Captain Keyes. Captain Keyes being from the very first Halo game. That's all there was to it. She's his daughter. She doesn't need to be Halsey's daughter. Halsey didn't have a daughter. Cortana was Halsey's daughter, not anything else. And having a human lead the Covenant, blow it out your fucking ass. The prophets would have been like heretic and burned her at the fucking stake. Don't blow water up my ass and tell me it's raining. You can't tell. I'm kind of upset about the new Halo series.
Honestly, I only watched about half of it, and I turned it off.
Her name is literally Keys.
Yep.
I don't even care. I don't even care about the race swapping bullshit. I don't care. If you want to do that, whatever. As long as the characters are right and the characters are good, I don't care. If you want to race swap for your political bullshit and ideology and agenda, what the fuck ever. As long as you get good people to play the roles, I don't care. Instead, you make this mishmash of bullshit. Oh, she's Halsey's daughter.
Yeah,
No.
When you start taking just fundamentals of something and twisting them around and just putting stuff in there just for the hell of it, I mean, people are going to see through that crap and they're not going to take it.
Keys, Captain Keys, and Halsey were like the best team up at work that you could have.
Yep.
Okay? They were geniuses in their own right. Keys was a tactical genius, and it didn't start out that way. You had character growth. Halsey treated him like her damn chauffeur. Halsey treated Keys before he became a captain like her chauffeur. Years built of trust and camaraderie and fellowship changed that. She trusted him with her greatest soldier and her greatest achievement in Cortana. She wouldn't trust anyone else with that. It was not a relationship like that. It was not a sexual relationship. They were the best of friends and the best of colleagues, and she trusted him when she trusted no one else. She didn't even trust Oni. Operations of Naval Intelligence. Like she trusted Keys. And you fucked it up, Paramount, because your heads are so far up your ass that you just got to dig for gold everywhere.
Nothing else to be said.
It's the dumbest shit. It is the dumbest shit when you have idiots writing your series like Paramount. We've seen it with Star Trek. We've seen it with Picard. We've seen it. We're going to see it with Strange New Bedfellows.
Yeah.
Strange New Bedfellows. When Kirk met Spock.
And now it's going to be when Kirk meets what's his name, Pike, and according to the lore, they met one time on Change of Command when Kirk took over the Enterprise. That's the only time they ever met.
That's right. That's right.
Honestly, I watched Picard yesterday, and all I can say is I have never seen a more blatant line of political left-wing bullshit in my entire freaking life.
The whole episode was nonsensical.
Yep.
The entire episode was trash.
Yeah, the ICE was like the Gestapo. I mean, pretty much.
Yep. That's what you've got. That's what you're getting. In California. Now, I have talked to multiple people since I found all this shit out. Multiple people that are still in California. One particular that knows LA up and down. And when I asked, what do you think of ICE breaking in the door of a free clinic in LA? All I got was laughter. Would never happen. All I got was laughter and tears that it would never, ever, ever happen.
And the sad part about it is this is only supposed to be like 2 years from now. I mean, this is not like 50 years in the future or anything.
And the
like
planet's
that.
dying. Every 5 minutes, the planet's dying. Our planet's dying. The planet's dying. It's already too late to save it. The planet's dying.
And we get a Guinan that looks absolutely nothing like Guinan. I don't know where they came up with that. I mean,
not Guinan.
Yeah, fake Guinan, whatever you want to call it.
That doesn't even know Picard, even though, and see again, idiots writing Trek.
1800s.
1800s.
Data's head found in a mine shaft.
And she fell in love with Picard. And she told Picard, if you do not go on this away mission, we will never meet.
Yep.
They had a long relationship because Picard met her in the 1800s and she could never tell him. She searched him out when the time was right. That means she never forgot about their encounter.
But apparently a little over 150 or 20, 30 years later, she had no idea who he was.
That's right. Hashtag not the Guinan. Arwen Avalon. Yes. Hashtag not the Guinan. Ryan Roger A-Face says, for every franchise they destroy, we shall build 2 more. And we will all make sure that the woke will never touch these new franchises. Ever. At all. Dean Krantz said, I would not say our planet is dying. I would say it is trying to shake the infection that is humanity. They never saw Time's Arrow. No, they never did. Speaker for the Dead. Speaker for the Dead is absolutely right. They never saw Time's Arrow.
They never saw almost anything. I mean, when you have people like Picard and Jerry Ryan that are, from that universe, and they can't even stay. I don't know what to say.
This is flashcard Star Trek. And what I mean by flashcard Star Trek is literally they have flashcards at hand to see what happened in Star Trek because they've never seen it. They don't know it. They've never really watched it. They've never drank it in. A lot of what we're seeing in Picard is based off of Voyage Home.
Yep.
They have taken things from Voyage Home and they're like, oh my God, let's do Voyage Home on Picard.
Yep. Well, did you see the bus scene with the guy?
That's so funny. Oh my God. Seven did it without hurting him. Like she didn't get physically violent with him. Oh my God. That is so wonderful.
Honestly, if you look at that guy, I think that's the original actor that played in the 80s Star Trek movie.
I did not know if that was him or not. I didn't. Like it might be. I didn't really give a shit. I thought they pussied out when he was like, oh my God, I don't know.
Yeah, don't hurt me.
He had the balls to flip Kirk off in Voyage Home. But because of the Vulcan neck pinch, he's been a pussy ever since. Really?
Yeah.
Dare the Derelict with $20 super chat. Not paying for Disney Plus is not enough. Not talking about their content is the loudest message we can send them. Once they stop trending, they will notice. We are abused fans thinking maybe next time it'll be better. No more. Exactly.
Eventually, the chickens will come home to roost, and I speak from experience because I'm a big chicken.
The Dork Knight says it was the same actor, 100% the same actor. He was even credited the same as he was in Star Trek 4. Thank you, Dork Knight.
Cool.
And Daryl the Derelict, thank you so very much for your $20 super chat, brother. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. And since it's you, Daryl, we will put up a valiant last stand. Skull! Boom! That's right. Thank you guys so very much. Oh my God, it's an Eris. It's an Eris of Chaos. Oh my God. Welcome, Eris of Chaos.
Every time I see that thing, I just want to say, hi, Mags.
Speaking of Mags, Magitech Mags says, exactly. They crave attention. Showing them apathy drives them nuts. Ignoring them. Yes. Chris Burgess says they're also borrowing from Star Trek Voyager, the two-parter Future's End. Yes.
Yeah.
Someone please clip Dave Bob saying, I'm a big chicken. I'm still laughing.
Well, I'm a big rooster.
Saj Melody says, I thought you were the big cock, Dave Bob.
Well, we're not going to get into that. I don't want to brag.
His name is Kirk Thatcher. So they didn't want to bring back Silverman. I digress. Punkwater. Well, and that Deep Space Nine two-parter where there was a huge homeless problem. I don't think they know about that, Dork Knight. I don't think they know about that episode. I really don't. I think that if they did, that Cisco would have been the Watcher. That makes all kinds of sense. Cisco being the Watcher. They've changed the future.
I have no idea where they're going with Loris being there. I mean, that's almost like the Guardian and STD, being, what's his name, Bob or whatever his name was.
In Project Storytime, the Bell riots were set in September, not in April. But they're not even setting up the Bell riots.
Nope.
They don't even have the closed off ghettos and all that. They don't have any of that set up.
Better get set up pretty quick because they've only got 2 years left.
The Watcher is going to be Brent Spiner. God help us all.
Or at least his head.
So, Project Storytime, they don't have any clue about the Bell riots. I don't think they do. Speaking of the dead, does anyone else want to know what became of Captain Cisco?
Yeah.
I want them to leave it alone. Leave Cisco alone. Cisco as the Watcher would have been badass. Would have been better than what they did.
Oh, yeah. I don't want anything, I don't want anything with Paramount and Kurtzman Trek to have anything to do with Cisco because they've already ruined so many other characters.
Paramount and CBS have a very rocky relationship with Avery Brooks. When I first heard that he might be the Watcher, I was like, I seriously doubt it because of what their past between them is like. So, but anything's possible. And they mentioned Cisco in, I think, episode 1 or episode 2. I think it was episode 2 when they talk about General Cisco.
Yeah.
But yes, Arwen Avalon, that is exactly the point here. Might help them if they actually know Star Trek. But they don't know Star Trek. They've signed this group of Karens to write this shit.
That
And
have
all
absolutely no writing experience, half of them.
That's right. And they haven't watched all of Star Trek. They don't have time to watch all of Star Trek. They don't have time to do the history and know what's going on and what's not. You see, one of the great things about what happened in TNG was fans were writing episodes.
Yep.
And the fans knew Star Trek. The fans knew the characters. You had these writers pop up and all these people pop up and get into Star Trek because they knew Star Trek and they wrote good sci-fi. What you've got now is you've got a writers group, a writers room full of Karens that do nothing but sit around all day. Scissor rain, it's scissor time. And they don't give a shit about Star Trek. All they care about is putting their message out. And just like Alex Kurtzman said, using Star Trek as a political launching platform. We don't want Star Trek used as your political ideology fountain. Boy, that is not what Star Trek's about.
You're really getting into one of my pet peeves where I absolutely cannot stand what they're doing, the politicization of this. I mean, and it is so one-sided. I can't go there. I'm infuriated. You know, the last episode of Star Trek Discovery and what they're doing right now with Picard is so, pardon my French, so goddamn fucking infuriating. I don't know what else I can say about it. I am tired of it. I'm just to my last limits with what they're doing with a beloved series that I started watching at 9 years old in 1966. And now I can't enjoy even some of the older stuff anymore because I see what has happened to it now.
And the Dig Outlaw comments, Avery Brooks is not wanted in Hollywood because he is too professional and fair-minded. He kept politics out of his work and wouldn't bend the knee. They hate that he couldn't be tokenized.
Yep.
Dork Knight says, yesterday's tweet, so every ounce of hope I had for Picard is lost with this episode. Are the people involved just not fans of TNG? Am I living in an alternate reality, or is this the Mandela effect? Pat S. says, Cisco is my favorite captain, and Avery Brooks is my favorite Star Trek person. If they have a problem with a man called Hawk, he must be doing something right.
Yep.
Psychodorf 9, Star Trek used to make you think, not preach how they wanted you to think. And Mark the Infinitely Tired, like Loki said yesterday on Canucks Channel, this season of Picard was written in the mindset Orange Man is bad and would still be in office. Yes. Instead of theirs. That's why you have children in cages. Because Orange Man bad. Red Letter Media said it perfectly. Modern Star Trek just points at things and says, this is bad. There is no nuance or discussion to be had.
Everything's black or white. There is no gray.
Heirs of Chaos, you know you're not awake enough when you hear Loki saying, scissor rain, it's scissor time, and your brain thinks arts and crafts.
Oh, my.
Oh, my. Great Scott, welcome to the Biff Tannen timeline. It's 2024. Speaker for Dead said, preach, Dave Bob.
You just reach a point sometimes where you got to vent a little bit.
And you got to get it out. What better way to do it than on a morning show?
Mm-hmm.
Where we have talked about Disney employees. We have talked about Star Trek. we completely kind of glazed over the 22,000 deleted comments, but I don't care about that. We had a really good discussion about it.
Well, the thing about it is they don't realize that when they do that, they're going to be caught and they're going to be called out. And it doesn't really look that well when you try to do something like that.
Yeah.
The optics are not in their favor.
And yes, we will have a Friday night show tonight, Snowdub. And you are more than invited. You are more than welcome, sir. This conversation is turning Dave Bob's original recipe into extra crispy. Thank you so much. Showback TJC for that $5. I almost said TLC. TJC for that $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla, and this one's just for you, Showback. Skål!
Spartans! What is your profession?
So the late show will be running at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight on this channel with me and Mexican Iron Man. Hopefully Snowdub will be there. I haven't seen anything. Holy shit, Shellback Center Super Chat. Indeed. Indeed he did. An X-Wing. Yes. Go, Peach.
Let's go, Peach.
Oh, we've got a special super chat for X-Wing too. Always.
Always.
Like a bantha.
Like a banda.
Loki, Link. Indeed, Link. Guys, we're going to get out of here. We were going to talk about Gran Turismo 7 becoming the lowest user-rated game on Metacritic. Sony's lowest user-rated game. Players unhappy with microtransactions. Yeah, $40 for one car. And they dropped all the credit payouts that you normally get paid for races. So people were doing like this one race that was like this small circle that you could do and get like, 100,000 credits in like an hour. But now they've dropped all the credit rewards and shit. So you're getting even less and being forced to pay for credits so you can buy a car in a game. $40 for a car. $40 real cash for a digital car. Let me tell you. For that much money, I could get a whole stable of cars.
Yeah, sounds like a good business model for them.
Yeah. Yeah, not for you though. Absolutely not for you. Lowest user rated game on PS5. Absolute dog shit. And that is why I will continue with Forza Horizons on Xbox. Forza and the Forza Horizon brands are great. For what you spend, if you spend on money to get extra stuff, you get for $40, for $40 extra on Forza Horizons, you will get two big maps that you can run around and race in, and like I think 30 to 40 different cars plus a VIP pass where you get extra credits and all kinds of extra stuff and extra spins and all that kind of stuff. So you don't just get one car. You get a whole stable of cars if you want to spend that extra money. If you don't, you just want to play the game, you'll get plenty of credits and rewards for going through the game and be able to buy whatever you want to without spending money on tokens or any of that other extra shit. Anyway, we're out of here. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for hanging with us. You all keep the fires of Valhalla burning bright, and it has been such a great week. I hate that I missed Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, and today have been absolutely excellent in the mornings. You guys are absolutely awesome. Take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And me and Dave Bob will be back next Friday on the Week in Review. Take care, everybody.
Goodbye.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.